So the latest update on me is that I have been suffering from C. diff, which is a horrible intestinal infection from being on antibiotics for so long. So I had started in February on antibiotics for sinus infection, and then I got shingles and was on antiviral, which also upset your stomach, disrupts your gut. And then I had the surgery, and then I had the infection from the surgery. And now I am suffering from C. diff. I had gone to an urgent care a couple of times. It was the second time. They actually sent off for a test on the first visit, and it came back negative. I had all the classic symptoms. I knew it was C. diff. We contacted a friend of ours who is a GI doc, and he also agreed that I was classic case of C. diff. And so he suggested that I go back to the urgent care place and discuss it with them. So I finally got some medication. It's called Flagyl, which is, it's another antibiotic, but it's different. It's supposed to help in this case. And there's other medications for this. That I think is the most common one. And then I followed up with a GI doc on Friday, the following day, and he agreed that I had classic C. diff. And apparently there are several different tests for C. diff, and a lot of times they come back with false negatives. So there are other tests that you can have that are more accurate, and one is a biopsy, and the other one is a contrasting CAT scan. So the GI doc gave me medication for nauseousness because just when your gut is all messed up, you just don't feel like eating and you're just nauseous. And Flagyl also causes nauseousness and vomiting, and I was not feeling that great on that either. So the Zofran that he prescribed for nausea really helped a lot, and it actually helps me eat a little bit. I haven't been eating much at all. I've been a little dehydrated trying to keep up with my fluid intake. And then yesterday, my fever spiked to 101. Called the GI office and our friend, and they both said I need to go to the emergency room. So yesterday evening, late afternoon, early evening, I went to the emergency room. They did a couple of tests. I had blood work done, and they gave me fluid. They also gave me morphine, and that made me realize how much pain I was really in, because after I got the morphine, I actually felt more normal. So I guess because this was gradually building up, I was in so much pain and didn't realize how bad it was. So they also did a contrasting CAT scan, and that showed that I had C. diff colitis. And that could be serious. If it goes untreated, you can actually die from it. So it can be that bad. In severe cases, you have to have surgery or fecal transplant, which I am so glad that I didn't have to have that done. Today is a better day. I'm not running a fever like I did yesterday. I don't know what caused the fever spike. I felt like I was dying. And they also sent me home with pain medication, and that has helped a lot. So I've only been on the Flagyl for not, it hasn't even been a total of 48 hours. So it takes a few days. It takes a couple of days for it to really kick in and you start to see a difference. So it's just another battle in this journey with this jaw joint replacement surgery. To prevent this, there's a specific strand of probiotics, and I couldn't even tell you the name of it. It begins with an S, and if I see the name, I couldn't repeat the name because it's just complex. But if you Google it and you take this before and during and after you're on antibiotics, it can prevent C. diff. C. diff can also be extremely contagious. So I'm constantly cleaning up everywhere with Clorox, and you're supposed to stay away. It can be very dangerous for elderly people to also get C. diff, and it can be deadly for them. And you have to be extremely sterile, just constantly sanitizing everything, washing my hands. As far as my jaw goes, it looks great. I think you could probably see the swelling's gone down quite a bit. I did see my surgeon the other day, and he said this is the best that I've looked. And you can see my scars or my incision lines. It's cleared up. Swelling's gone down quite a bit. I have no more leakage. I had a spot in my ear right here that was leaking a little bit, and this right here is still, it's not leaking anymore. It was leaking, and but not pus or anything. It was just blood, and it was usually after a hot shower, but it's still trying to heal up there. And so any scars that I have, the surgeon said that he could do laser treatment to help remove the scars. And so this is where I'm at. I'm just looking forward to being normal again and living life again. I've been missing out on my son's soccer games that I've been looking forward to since I was pregnant with him. And he had his second soccer game today, and he had his first goal, and I'm really proud of him for that. And I wish I could have been there, but I'm still working on getting healthy again. So I hope that this information helps, because it is, part of the journey with jaw surgery, because this can happen to anyone when you're on antibiotics for quite a while. I think it was just, I'm a small person and I got a lot of antibiotics and antiviral in a 6-week period. So it really, even though I was taking probiotics, I wasn't taking the right one. So that's important to know. I wish I could tell you the name of the strand. I just know it begins with an S, and the second word begins with a V. And you can Google it and look that up, and because it's out there, I've seen it, and I just can't repeat the name. It's too complex. So I hope this helps, and I will follow up again. Hopefully I will be healthy when I follow up. Have a great day.